Hey everybody, what is going on? It's your boy Izzo33. Welcome you to today's video, and you're probably wondering, what is this? Well, I'm doing at the moment a video breaking down the summer split as a whole in the LEC, looking at every team and their actual success. And at the moment, I saw this, which has been released today. I figured I wanted to make a video on it because I don't entirely agree, and it is a points-based system where you have to vote in the players. I don't like it too much because this team does not look all-pro. That's for damn sure. And we're going to go through each role and actually discuss why I don't enjoy most of the players on this team. Some of them I do actually think deserve to be here, others not so much. Anyway, let's get into the first role, which is top lane. And Alfari got that spot. I don't agree. Personally, there's far better options in my opinion. You could either go for Aromne, Wonder, who I'm got a lot to talk about in my actual video when that's released at the end of the playoffs for LEC. You've also got Finn, who I wouldn't put in, honestly. He's more like a second or third place team. He's plays far too weak-sided in my opinion. Aromne stepped up this split. He is a far better choice than Alfari. And yes, Alfari is a great player. He's played a lot of good games, but we're going to flip over a tab here to the LEC Summer Wiki, and I'm just going to scroll down to here. He plays on Origin. Origin finished dead last. I don't know how you can have a top laner in your all-pro team who's playing on the worst team in the league. And he did try, but there is a lot of games on here where, if we scroll down to Origin, they lost to Mad, the team at top. They lost to Rogue twice, a team at the top who we haven't actually got any players from Rogue in the All-Pro side, which is annoying. And in my actual video, I addressed this. Do you all know the last win Rogue Origin actually got was in week 5. The first week Jack Troll subs in. Their last win was against Misfits. The rest of the 3 weeks remaining, including the Super Week, they failed to pick up a win. You don't realise that you're putting in a player who's failed to pick up a win in 3 weeks of the LEC, and you realise dead last is not a good point. And as a whole, I would not put him in my all-pro team at all. And Wonder, I would have preferred him in there instead of Alfari. And the reason being, Wonder, if we looked at what he's played this split, I don't have his match stats up, but essentially Wonder has played through the entire split the most champions in the top lane this year. He's played the most actual champions in the league. I do believe he's played the most varied. He whips out whatever to suit his team. Yes, he did troll probably, well, he wasn't playing the best at the start of the split like G2 weren't, but G2 hadn't had any practice, and once they got practice, you look at G2's record for the second half of the split. We'll look from week 5 onwards. G2, 1 win, 2 wins, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins. And before that, they had 6 wins from that. They finished on a 11-7 record. You think 6 of them 11 wins, which would have been, they'd been on 5 wins at a halfway point of the split. They turned it around, and Wonder was a key component in it. I distinctly remember when G2 faced off against Rogue, he pulled out a Mundo. Who in the right mind would pull out a Dr. Mundo and absolutely smash the game? He would. He's just that confident to do that, and I honestly would have put him in the All-Pro team over Alfari. Yeah, you can see where this video is going. It's going on a long rant, and I do love a good old rant, and I'm going to go quite nicely here on the second role, which is jungle. I'm fine with Shadow being in this team as a whole. Looking at the other options, Inspired, he played alright. I mean, he could have gone in. Or Gilius. I would have put Gilius. That's my personal opinion. Honestly, Gilius had a standout performance. I mean, you just have to look towards Schalke's run at the end. They made playoffs on the last possible day to make playoffs. And they had to beat Mad. And what team does Shadow play on? Oh yeah, the Mad Lions. Funny that. Realistically, Mad Lions lost out, and I honestly think the All-Pro team should have had Gilius in my opinion. But I would have been fine with Inspired or Shadow. They're two good options as a whole, and realistically, I think that is probably the strongest team option is Shadow. He's probably the better of the two in my opinion, but for my personal choice, I would have definitely gone with Gilius. Anyway, mid lane, I mean, Caps is probably the best choice. I mean, the second choice is Larson, third choice Humanoid. Yeah, that's fine in my opinion. They're honestly very, very strong players. Caps deserves it. He's been that solid player in this G2 lineup. Throughout the entire split, he's probably played the most consistent and at the highest peak performances for G2. He's carried in nearly every game he could, where some of his team have obviously entered quite heavily, but I would say he's played probably the best. And he definitely deserves his spot in this All-Pro team. I wouldn't have said anyone else other than if the Mad Lions continued their strong tear that they had in the start of the split, I would have said Humanoid. But Caps definitely has been that solid rock for G2, and I honestly think he should be in that spot. As for the ADC role, welcome to the tangent, boys. I've got two quite obvious choices for this role, and it's not Kazi. I definitely wouldn't say Kazi as a whole would be in that role, but I'm just going to come down to player of the game standings run by Kia. You've got this guy here. He's called Crownshot. Don't know if you heard of him. He plays on SK, and SK, if I look at the actual standings for this split, yeah, they're still in playoffs. They're 9-9, 50% win rate. Where's XL? Oh, outside of playoffs by one loss. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Actually, it was a tiebreaker loss that they lost in the playoffs. I mean, don't get me wrong, Patrick did play very well for XL. He was the standout player, and I do believe XL did not beat G2. I thought they beat G2 this split. They definitely beat Rogue. Not Rogue. Who did they beat? I'm thinking they beat someone quite big. They beat SK. So there's a reason why you'd put him over Crownshot. They beat G2, yeah. So I get why Patrick's in this squad. I would have said probably someone else, honestly, in my opinion. Because Rogue... Did Rogue do double on XL? It'd be easier to just check this. Yeah, they did. So I would have said Hans Sama. That is my honest choice for the ADC role. Hans Sama as a player, very, very good. He's probably the best ADC in this league. He's performed a lot better than Reckless has. He's performed a lot better than Kazi. He's been more consistent than Kazi, that's for sure. He's played better than Perks, who's been probably the most inconsistent ADC in the current playoffs, and the current meta, actually. Hans Sama, though, I would have not given it to him over Crownshot, though. Crownshot, in my opinion, I thought would make this actual team. He's been the superstar player for this SKA team, and I would have said he would have made this team a bit better. He's probably more consistent than the Patricks, and has obviously been the most consistent in every game, considering he finished second on the player of the game standings. So yeah, you understand my point of why I would prefer him over a Patrick, who has had a bit of a rough split in my opinion in terms of his team strength. But he has got a good support, and that is something that you have to realise. And we look at the All-Pro teams as a whole. Hansama made it into the second All-Pro team. No. Reckless is in third. I definitely would have put Crownshot in, considering the fact that Fnatic barely scraped playoffs. Like, yes, they did finish tied with SK, but Crownshot has been a lot better in terms of strength, and I would definitely have given it to him. Anyway, the last role, I've got not much to say about this. Kaiser was the mid-split MVP. He deserved that. He's performed very well. He's probably the best support. If I could give it to anyone else, I would have probably said Vander. And Vander is in the second All-Pro team. But yeah, I would definitely have said Vander is my other option for the top team. But Kaiser has been the guy at the top of this Mad Lions team. If he's not performing, the Mad Lions don't win. That's pretty much it. He's been the guy that's carried this team, and realistically, I think he's the only one that deserves it, other than Caps and Shadow, technically, yeah. But I would definitely say that Kaiser is probably my option for the All-Pro team here. And yeah, there isn't many other better options than him. Who got in on the last team? Mickey, yeah. You can't really give it to anyone else other than Mickey. I mean, if they're going to give Patrick, you might as well give it to Torre. That's the sort of look. No, I definitely agree with this. But the fact that you look at the Rogue squad, are all bar Finn in the second All-Pro team. I would have said, hands down, you would have had at least Hansama or Inspired in the actual second, in the first team, All-Pro team, considering the fact that how Mad Lions finished split. But you kind of have to realise, none of the team that finished first are in the top team. 2 of the players are in the second team, 1 is in the third team, 1 is in the 10th team, and 1's in the 7th, and 1 is in the... No, they're all in the second, 3rd, well, 10th, 2nd, 3rd, 7th, and then 2nd. You have to realise you could replace at least the 2 people in the 10th spot and the 7th spot. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below, subscribe now if you want to, and I will see you guys later.